like a boss.
And like in my industry, I'm a dating coach,
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
yeah, I'm a dating coach. And what I hate the most is these angel dating coaches. I teach women, and what they do is that they make a pink background, they soften their voice, they put glitter in the fucking screen, and they're like, "You are an angel." I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not a fucking angel, man. Get out of here." You know, and
Well,
it's like when people watch my channel compared to these angel dating coaches, yeah, of course, there's some frustration, but it's because I know what they're saying is bullshit. They're just trying to make women feel good about themselves and just trying to act like men are not manipulated, manipulative. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just irritating to me.
well, have you read The Art of Seduction?
Robert, come on, of course. Robert, come on, Robert. Oh yeah, I read that. Tell me about it.
Well, people got really kind of angry about that book. Some people did.
Oh, they
Because
did.
I
Yeah.
called the person you're doing a victim, and I had kind of strong language about it. But the idea is,
Were you trolling when you called it victim? Were you like kind of trolling a little bit?
a little bit,
Yeah,
a little,
I know you were.
because I was sick like you are of all of these saintly kind of Valentine's Day books out there about dating, etc. I mean, women and men have to know, particularly men should know, that being extra nice isn't often the most seductive quality, right? That having a little bit of an edge is actually more powerful and seductive. But the point of it is the psychology of seduction always involves an element of naughtiness, of the taboo, of what's transgressive, right? That's what makes the word, whenever you see the word, it pops out and you're excited because there's an edge of something illicit, something that you shouldn't really be doing, right? And so to avoid that, to make it all about sweetness and roses and chocolates and hearts is just bullshit, is to disavow the actual psychology that seduction involves.
Yeah, it's almost like we why is that though? Why do people, is it because of childhood and parents put you in a little cocoon where you think the world is like this and so you expect it when you go outside? I mean, like why do people have this misconception of what really makes people like them? I think it's Hollywood. I think it's just these like rom-coms.
Yeah, yeah. Well, men don't really watch those, but you're talking about the effect on women.
Yeah, well, no, dude. I remember when I watched Hitch, I thought I had to save a puppy to get a woman. It's just has like Disney. Disney is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, well, Hollywood's all about creating these silly little fairy tales and these myths about how everything is just sort of sweetness and light. I mean, there have been some movies out there that have kind of shown the darker side of seduction. I remember Magnolia with Tom Cruise. That was kind of an interesting film. But that aside, I think we want to believe, we've been fed this idea that people are generally great and nice, and you get ahead in life by being nice, by charming people, by telling them what they want to hear, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. To the point where, yeah, we're fed a lot of that through media, through film, through social media. And it's not really the truth. The truth is that if you're too nice, it's good to be nice, don't get me wrong. But if you're too pleasant and too nice and too accommodating, people don't respect you, right? They look down on you. They won't ever say it. They won't ever say, I look down on you, but they're feeling it. They feel that person is so nice that, I don't really think he's worth that much, because they intuit the fact that you're trying to please comes from a deep position of insecurity, right? So this desire to please everyone is not going to get people to like you at all. In fact, you have to know how to play the distance game. So this is the most common aspect of seduction. I'm sure you encounter it all the time. You assume that if you're always there, always writing emails, texting, phoning, being there, that this will win the other person, that you're gonna overwhelm them with your affection. And you don't realize that you're frightening them and you're showing insecurity. If you disappear for 2 or 3 days, suddenly, and and it's a manipulation. Believe me, it's a manipulation. Suddenly, they're starting to respect you. Suddenly, they're starting to think of you. Suddenly, they're not thinking of you as someone who's just out there to please. And the seduction, the psychology involved starts to affect them, and they start fantasizing about it. So you have to know how to create distance and absence and not always be in people's faces. So these are counterintuitive examples of what seduction is really about.
And I like to think of it, you're giving them a gift. You're giving them an experience. Who doesn't want somebody who they lost hope and now it's back? It's like coming back from the dead.
Exactly.
It's a great experience. And you might call it manipulation, but I call it like orchestrating orchestra. And it's
Exactly.
like it's a beautiful experience, you know? It's like
I compare it more to theater, right? Kind of like a play or a story or a film where there's an arc where things are going up and down and up and down, and you never know what's going to happen next. When you were a child, what you loved most of all were games or things with like hide and seek, or when your father would carry you on his back and you didn't know where he was taking you. The idea of suspense or surprise is built into our nature. It excites us because the idea is, what's coming next? I don't know. So if your person that you're trying to seduce knows what's coming next, there's no seduction, there's no surprise, there's no psychology going on. They're not thinking about you. But if they don't know what this person's going to do next, where they're going to take me, whether they're going to call me that day, whether they're going to respond to my email, where we're going, where he or she is taking me, that has incredible power behind it. So it's just about understanding certain basics of human psychology, which a lot of people don't understand anymore.